Happy people, it's Tracy Reed here today, taking a break from all of the October daily madness to scrap some plant love. And I am reaching way back in my stash, I believe to the March 2021 Cocoa Daisy collection called Tranquility, and it is plant-based and beautiful, and I keep it around because I just love coming back to it over and over again. So I have this video, I have this photo of my new plant stand. At some point I realized that houseplants actually might need light and are not just for decoration around my house wherever I want to put them. So I decided to buy a plant stand, and of course I have my hanging plants as well. So all of these plants together create quite a visual. This is right next to my office desk, so I get to see it every morning. It makes me super happy, and I decided it was worthy of a full page photo. So I'm pairing that with a page from the Cocoa Daisy Tranquility collection from the actual Traveler's Notebook, which means that it was Traveler's Notebook size, not quite wide enough for a Life Crafted album page. So I extended the width by adding a paper strip on the left-hand side, and then I decided I wanted another little pop of color because everything was sort of muted and really light colored. So I added the washi tape from the collection down the side as well, and I really like the pop of color that gave because it also mimics a little bit of the darkness from the photo as well. So I've layered 2 journaling cards. The majority of this page is going to be with the Tranquility collection, but that card is definitely with an older collection, but it matched the color scheme well. So I incorporated it into my page. Now I've got a bunch of bits and bobs that I've saved from all of the collections. I keep them like in a drawer, and I'm pulling out the oranges and sort of corals and pinks from the Tranquility collection. They're also incorporated into other collections throughout the year, so I have no idea where like all these arrows and things came from, but they match. So I'm pulling in some of the orange and pink from the collection that I'm going to put over here onto the other side as well. So I have some chipboard bits that I want to put on this side, some word strips, sort of framing my photo going down in a diagonal across the photo just to give it a little bit of a pop of a little bit more interest. I do, like the photo, but there are some blank spots that I can cover up, and I never miss a chance to embellish anything all the time. So I also have these vellum and gold leaves from that collection as well that I never ended up using, so I'm going to use them sort of as a base for these word strips. Just something in the background, something shiny. I thought maybe I would incorporate some of this wood veneer, but I never really gravitated towards it as I was designing, so it never gets incorporated in. Instead, we went with the vellum and gold. So I'm just going to stick these word strips down, trying to avoid covering up any of the pretty plants that I am trying to showcase on this photo. So just working my way around. I also want to have this circle right in the middle. I felt like it gave it a good, like it broke up all of the rectangles on the page as well, and then just kind of gives you something to look at in the middle. Plus there's a circle on the other side, so it sort of matches. There we go. And that part covers up the top of the curtain rod too, which was not the prettiest part of this photo. I realized that I laid this down a little crooked, so I fixed it. And then one more word strip needs to go down. This page actually went really quickly. This video is only 7 minutes long and it's only sped up a little bit. So this page came together really quickly. A lot of that is because I sort of pre-planned it, but also just because, when you use a full photo, there's not as much work to be done to bring the spread together. So takes a little less time. I'm going to add in these asterisks. I'm going to rearrange this a little bit as well as I start putting down the title, and that's kind of the point of this whole spread, is going to be the large title that I incorporate down there in the bottom right hand corner, using various different alphabets from the collection. Not the collection, from Cocoa Daisy. I think all of them are from Cocoa Daisy. One might not be, but I'm going to pull in this one that's going to say Welcome to the Jungle, which I thought was funny, and now I'm going to have it stuck in my head forever and ever, amen. So once I started putting down welcome, I realized that I needed to rearrange some of these chipboard bits, so that's what I'm going to do here. And I'm going to move this asterisk down and the butterfly up just to separate some of that orange and coral color better. Then I'm going to pull out some, I like to use two main like large fonts for my titles and then one smaller font. So I'm pulling out this typewriter font. I think this one is not Cocoa Daisy. I'm pulling out this typewriter font in that really beautiful muted teal that matched really well. And then I'm going to pull in one other alphabet. I want it to be green, but neither of these greens were really working for me. That one was better, but it wasn't really making the impact that I wanted. So I decided to go with this really old green alphabet from Cocoa Daisy that worked perfectly with that All Things Grow with Love die cut. The color just felt more appropriate. And that is it for this page. I'm going to add an arrow and call it good. So if you enjoyed this video, I'd love it if you give it a thumbs up. If you're new here, go ahead and subscribe. I would love to have you. If you don't already, you can follow me over on Instagram. I'm at Tracy M. Reed. If you're interested in subscribing to Cocoa Daisy, there's a link in the description box below. Thank you.